What's up guys, Edrone here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the TrueRC patches for the Sharkbyte VRX module. Stay tuned. These are a direct replacement. If you have the VRX module and you're looking to upgrade, these things are going to give you a little bit better range and penetration. So they're really easy to install, and they're a direct fit, so you don't have to do any kind of modifications. Just pop out the old ones and put these new ones in, and we'll show you how to go ahead and install those today. We're going to be using the KINfpv Cipher HDZero frame that is exclusively designed for the new HDZero 1-watt freestyle VTX, and we're going to be using that particular VTX for this demonstration. And basically guys, we're going to be doing a walk test, and we're also going to be doing some flying around my neighborhood here. Lots of Wi-Fi and concrete firewalls to block our signal. And we're going to be doing basically a patch test to see just what kind of penetration advantages can we get with this new system. So what we got out here is basically going to keep the goggles in the same area for the test, so we can keep this test as close to one another as possible. We're going to be removing the Omni antennas when we do the patch test. So we'll only be utilizing the patches to see what kind of advantage we can get. We're going to be walking directly across the street, all the way down there, and then we're going to go around the bend just to see what kind of range we can get. If there are any advantages to using the TrueRC X-Air patches over the stock patches. Okay, in order to install the new patches, we're going to have to remove the stock patches, and I use just this plastic little tool here, and you can use a flat tip screwdriver or something non-abrasive, and you just want to pry here at the side just enough to kind of pop it off, and then you can get to the actual antenna behind the panel. Go ahead and gently remove that UFL off of the connector, gently. You don't want to yank it off there. And then now you can go ahead and remove the stock antennas and go ahead and get your TrueRC upgraded patches ready to go ahead and install. It's a really easy fit. They're actually a direct fit. You don't have any kind of modifications that you have to do to the goggles. So go ahead and connect the UFL. Once you get the UFL connected, you're going to want to take like a screwdriver or something to make sure it's locked on there securely. Press down, give a little bit of pressure till you hear a good snap. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull off the strips on the back to go ahead and get the adhesive exposed so we can stick this onto the VRX module. So that's how this sticks to the VRX. I wish they had put a third strip across the bottom. That would definitely help it to stick to the goggles better. But go ahead and get your wire lined up here in this orientation, and then gently flip the antenna back this way, line it up into place. And once you get it lined up, push it down and hold down on those edges the best you can, and try to rub it down and rub the adhesive into the VRX to get it to stick. Mine didn't really stick the greatest. This is probably the one thing I would complain about, but I'll show you a better way to kind of make those stick to the VRX. But there you go, it sticks on there. And I just recommend adding like a little bit of either hot glue or silicone across the bottom, just like this, and that will keep them from like popping out. So easy enough to do. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and do the walk test. First off with the stock patch antennas that come with the VRX module. So basically now I've got my body, and it's going to be these houses down here are going to be blocking the path between the VTX antenna and the patch antennas. So this will be a good indication of how this is going to perform. We're going to have some cars going by as well that may have a slight effect, but I do have the patch antennas up at a higher elevation, so the point of view from the antennas to the quadcopter is fairly unblocked at this point. Now, once we round this bend, that's where we're going to notice more breakup should. And this is on 25 milliwatt as well. It's on LP mode. Okay, let's go ahead and do the flight test at the 999 milliwatt. And you will see some advantages here and there. Not really like great big difference, especially around the back, because now we're relying on the omnis. But what I want you to pay attention to is when we come around the sides is where you'll notice the biggest difference from the patches. Around the sides, you'll notice that there is a little bit of an improvement using the TrueRC X-Air patches that fit directly for the module. So these are really good. I mean, I'm happy that I was able to get a little bit of an advantage. And I was able to go the furthest I've ever been able to go with this particular setup, and the Wi-Fi and everything. So definitely happy with that. There's a lot of Wi-Fi interference over here, as well as building structures, firewalls, trees, all kinds of things that really just diminish the signal pretty drastically. So the fact that I was able to completely fly around and see everything still good enough and felt confident, then I was happy with that. So right around the corners is where you notice the biggest difference. TrueRC patches are really not that bad. Definitely felt more confident than with my analog. Starting to get used to the way it breaks up, and definitely can get used to it versus what I see with my analog. So this is the furthest I've ever been, and this is where I pushed it to the limit of being too bad for me to even want to fly it. So you can see here it's really struggling. If I turn around, it's going to struggle more because of the battery and the antenna being behind the battery. If I decided to push it a little bit further, I felt like good enough that I could still see and felt comfortable with the area. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. There's going to be more FPV comparison videos like this, testing, coming on the channel, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Edrone out.